Hi there guys, and welcome to Dinos Vault once again. Today I'm reviewing the Ford Figo Aspire, and just in case if you happen to be contemplating buying a compact sedan by any chance, the scene here in the Indian car market has come full circle with the Aspire from Ford also showing up after all the hype and the pre-launch campaign. When there is so much of hype, the expectations are running really sky high, and especially after Ford's previous launch, the EcoSport, that had literally and completely shaken up the entire Indian automotive scene. Now we already see the compact sedan segment packed to its capacity with the likes of the Desire, the Amaze, the Accent and the Zest, wherein each one is trying to offer something unique and special. Now, does the Figo Aspire have what it takes to step in and get noticed in the ever so crowded compact sedan segment? Let's find out. Talking about the design, now being first in the segment has its own set of advantages, and at the same time being last to the segment too has its own set of advantages, wherein you get to learn from others' mistakes, correct any flaws or shortcomings that might have slipped through in others' cases. We have pretty decent designs in this segment already, but if I were to pick out one design that would look really neat and complete, it has to be this one, the Aspire. The car looks complete in this avatar and looks more convincing as a proper sedan than any of its competition. First of all, you get the cute looking swept back headlamps, and the cuteness is overshadowed by the powerful Aston Martin inspired open mouthed front grille, which looks sporty and striking. The front bumper is well designed and the fog lamps are neatly embedded to give it a smart look from up front. Coming to the profile, you get one prominent slingshot line that runs across the body, trying to give it a slightly chiseled look, but I personally believe the car looks nice and sturdy and powerful in its stance. You also get outside rearview mirror mounted turn indicators, which look great, and at the back the boot integration is really best in class. The boot doesn't stick out oddly, the tail lamp cluster is well laid out and has a nice jewel effect to it. You also get a chrome strip running across the boot and ends up connecting both the tail lamps. Overall, design wise, the Aspire scores well and truly over the rest of its competition, and even the overall build quality and fit and finish seems to be extremely impressive and satisfying. On the inside, you get beige and black dual tone interiors. The dash looks nice and futuristic and reminds you of the EcoSport. The instrument cluster is a 3-dial unit. You get a tachometer, a speedometer and a fuel gauge. The speedo also contains the multi-information display, which carries the gear shift indicator, the information pertaining to the distance to empty, etc. And in the middle two variants, you get what Ford called My Ford Dock. Now you can pretty much dock your smartphone or iPod. As you can see, the smartphone or your iPod can be slotted in between this gap, and that is adjustable according to the screen size. So that's great. The dock holds the device in place even as you use it for navigation, playing music, videos, etc. You do get a charging port up front as well. In the top end Titanium Plus variant, however, in place of the My Ford Dock, you get a 4.5-inch multifunctional display with sync and emergency call assist system that we have seen already in the EcoSport. You get Bluetooth connectivity along with USB and aux input. The aircon vents are well designed and very effective too. You don't really miss the lack of rear AC vents. You do get automatic climate control on the top two variants. And talking about storage spaces, you get bottle holders on the front two doors, which will really come in handy. You also get 4 door speakers all around that sound well, and the steering is well sized and well designed. You do get steering mounted audio and phone controls as well. Now, other noteworthy features include tilt steering, electrically adjustable and foldable outside rearview mirrors, driver seat height adjustment, electric boot release, and we also get Ford's very own voice command system called Sync that we saw on the EcoSport and the Fiesta. You also have keyless entry, and talking about the key, again Ford has introduced something called My Key, through which you can limit the speed of the vehicle, thereby making sure your kid doesn't end up participating in a street race. And say for instance you've set a speed of 70 kmph or 70 kilometers per hour, the car would not cross the set speed unless the setting is changed. And you can also limit the volume of the music being played in the car. So all of this makes sure that the car is not misused when it finds itself in others' hands, and though driven by others, the car's complete control would be lying in your precious hands. Now the seats are very comfortable. You do get adequate back support and good all-round cabin visibility. At the back there is decent amount of space. You get decent leg room, knee room, and headroom, and I believe two adults and a kid at the back would be very comfortable because you get a center armrest as well. And talking about the engine options, you get two petrol engines and one diesel engine to choose from. You get a 1.2 liter petrol that puts out a maximum power of 88 PS at 6300 rpm and 112 newton meters of torque at 4000 rpm. This comes mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox. And then you have 1.5 liter petrol that puts out a maximum power of 112 PS at 6300 rpm and 136 newton meters of torque at 4250 rpm. Now this comes mated to a 6-speed dual clutch power shift automatic gearbox, and it sounds really special, but I haven't driven it, so I cannot comment how it drives. Now I personally drove the diesel variant. You have only one diesel engine to choose from. You have the 1.5 liter diesel engine that puts out a maximum power of 100 PS at 3750 rpm and 215 newton meters of torque at 3000 rpm. This comes mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox. And talking about my test drive experience, the engine is super refined, the gear shifts are smooth, the clutch is nice and light, the electrically assisted power steering with pull drift compensation is an absolute delight. In the city it is light and easy, and as the speed builds up, the steering weighs up adequately, giving you great confidence. The shorter turning radius of just 4.9 meters helps you maneuver through city traffic very easily. The USP, however, has to be the unbelievably silent cabin. The NVH levels are almost non-existent inside the cabin, and definitely best in class. The cabin is very well insulated compared to any other car in its segment. Going by Ford's reputation, they make some of the best driver's cars out there, and this one doesn't disappoint either for the segment it finds itself in. Now talking about the braking power, you get disc brakes up front and drum brakes at the rear, and the braking is confidence inspiring. Talking about the suspension setup, you get one of the best suspension setups in this segment. There's not much body roll apparent. It soaks up bumps effortlessly, nothing filters into the cabin, and at the same time it is not too soft either. It supports you well enough even when doing higher speeds. And talking about the wheels and tires, you get 14-inch alloy wheels. I was a bit disappointed because you don't get 15-inch wheels, but 15-inch wheels would have done wonders to the kind of driving dynamics this car has on offer. It would have also enhanced the overall look of the car. Talking about the safety features, again, this is another standout feature that this car offers. You get dual front airbags as standard from the base variant. You also get speed sensing auto door lock as standard, and apart from that, you get side and curtain airbags in the top end variant. You also get ABS with EBD in the top two variants, and you also get ESP or electronic stability program, traction control system, hill launch assist in the automatic variant. You can learn about how these features work in the knowledge base section found on the homepage menu of my website. Now talking about other noteworthy specifications, ground clearance is 174 millimeters, boot space is 359 liters, and fuel tank capacity is 42 liters for the petrol and 40 liters for the diesel variant. Talking about mileage claim for the petrol variant is 18.16 kmpl. I guess that is for the manual variant, and then you have the mileage claim for the diesel variant, which is 25.83 kmpl. Price ex-showroom Hyderabad for the petrol range starts from 4,99,566 rupees and goes up to 7,98,284 rupees, and for the diesel it starts from 6,01,344 rupees and goes up to 8,44,084 rupees. So that's pretty much it. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao, take care and God bless.